Have you ever walked in on your cat doing something strange? Sometimes cats will saunter off and pretend everything's normal. Nothing to see here, they try to convince you. Cats can be pretty mysterious, but their behavior when they think no one is watching is often hilarious or just plain weird. Today, Pet Spotlight is pulling back the curtain, revealing 13 of the most common things our kitties do when left to their own devices. How many of these secret solo behaviors have you accidentally caught your cat doing? 1. Sleeping in the weirdest positions. We all know cats are champion nappers, but have you seen the utterly bizarre sleeping poses they get themselves into? From twisting themselves into pretzel-like knots, to sleeping hanging halfway off a chair, to snoozing face-planted on the floor, cats will find the weirdest, most contorted positions to catch some Z's when we're not watching. Scientists believe this could be an instinctual behavior, dating back to their wild ancestors who needed to stay on alert, even while resting. Whatever the reason, it provides us with no shortage of comedic photo ops. Speaking of comedic, cats chasing their own tails can be quite a sight. Dogs aren't the only ones who spin in circles chasing their own tails. When left alone, many cats will frantically chase, pounce, and bat at their tails. It's a hilarious game that makes no sense to us humans. But for kitties, it's a harmless way to get some exercise and also indulge their intense predatory drive to hunt moving prey. Kittens chasing their tails may also be practicing killer coordination for when they're old enough to really stalk birds and rodents. 3. Having conversations with themselves. You know that cute chirping, meowing, and chattering cats do? Well, when you're not around, they take it to a whole new level. Lots of cats engage in what can only be described as full-on conversations with themselves. While we mere humans don't understand the cat language, experts think solo cat chattering could serve a few purposes. In the wild, cats may use these vocalizations to communicate with other cats about things like food sources or marking territory. Domestic kitties may just be practicing those communications, or working out kitty feelings like boredom or anxiety when we're not home to listen. Whatever the reason, it's pretty amusing to hear your fur baby talking to themselves. Having a chat may keep cats occupied, but watch out for this if they get bored. How many times have you come home to find a shocking number of items strewn across the floor? While it may look like the aftermath of a tiny tornado, the likely culprit is your cat engaging in a favorite game. That is, knocking things off tables and shelves. Scientists think cats do this for a few reasons. It could satisfy their predatory instinct. Or maybe it's a way for them to exert control over their environment. For mischievous kitties, it's also probably just a fun way to create some entertainment and chaos when we're not around to stop them. This next secret cat habit is one of the most spontaneous and surprising. To cats, the world is full of potential prey, even when it's just a household object, maybe dust bunnies skittering across the floor or curtains blowing in a draft. Thanks to their highly tuned predator instincts, even the most subtle, innocuous movements can trigger your kitty's pounce and attack drive when you're not there to stop them. These surprise mini ambushes let your cat's primal hunting behaviors come out to play in a harmless way. They'll leap, stalk, and pounce at every little thing that moves. While it may look silly, it's their natural way of staying sharp. But things only get weirder from there when cats start playing Ghostbusters. Have you looked over to find your cat laser-focused on nothing at all? Then suddenly, batting at the air at an invisible prey? Some people say cats have paranormal abilities or see ghosts. But don't worry, they haven't lost their marbles. They're just further indulging their intense instincts and hunting those imaginary ghosts. This quirky cat behavior could stem from their highly tuned prey drive. It's always on overdrive even without actual prey present. It might look utterly ridiculous, but your cat will be ready in case any unwitting bugs or rodents wander within striking distance. This next hidden cat habit is the most dangerous one. First though, thanks for joining us, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Pet Spotlight before we go on. While not an ideal snack choice, many cats will eat non-edible items like houseplants, plastic, or even fabric when we're not watching. This compulsive munching actually has a name, pica. It could be caused by a few factors, like confusion about what is and isn't food, or boredom and lack of enrichment, or an actual dietary deficiency that has your cat's body craving those non-nutritive objects. Of course, kitties ingesting stuff like that is a major health risk. Curbing this behavior through playtime, environmental changes, or specialized diets should be a priority if you catch your cat snacking on household objects. Still, for all its dangers, it provides yet another peek into the wonderfully weird world of cat antics. Don't worry, we've got more acrobatic, hygienic, and downright destructive cat habits coming up. 8. Cat zoomies. 1 minute, they're snoozing peacefully. The next, they're a fur missile tearing around the house like their tail is on fire. These bouts of frantic running, leaping, and skidding are called zoomies. It's another thing people associate more with dogs, but they're a perfectly normal, if not perplexing, part of cat behavior. While zoomies look like your cat has suddenly lost their mind, they could actually be prompted by built-up energy, stress, or even a change in their surroundings when you're not home. Consider it your cat's personal brand of cardio, stress relief, and entertainment all rolled into one hilarious behavior. The opposite of the zoomies is this next habit of hanging out in tight spaces. Whether it's squeezing their whole body into a closed tissue box or finding a nook underneath the couch, cats love to contort themselves into the tightest of spaces. One reason for this behavior could be their instinct to find warm, confined areas that conceal them from prey and predators. Another factor may be their wild cat ancestors' tendency to make dens to shelter themselves and their young. Whatever compels them to test their surprising flexibility by smooshing into tiny cubbies and hidey holes. It's pretty entertaining to see the weird spots your kitty can fit into. This next habit requires cats to sit in a slightly more exposed spot, the windowsill. Ever seen your cat's jaw start quivering and clicking when watching birds or squirrels through a window? Why on earth do cats chatter at birds like that? While it's one of the funnier cat quirks, that hilarious chittering noise could actually be a throwback to their days as ferocious predators. Some experts believe cats develop that jaw spasm when they visualize capturing and killing their feathered or furry prey. That chatter response is sort of like your kitty practicing their killing techniques in preparation for the real thing. At least if that bird or squirrel make the unwise choice to come inside. When cats get bored of pretend hunting through the window, they probably resort to grooming themselves. Everywhere. As impeccable groomers, cats spend several hours each day meticulously licking every inch of their coat. But have you ever caught your kitty grooming themselves in some rather unmentionable areas? Yep, from licking their private parts to giving themselves a full-body bath. Cats have absolutely no shame about grooming even their most intimate nooks and crannies. While it might make us humans blush, to cats, it's just another part of their daily hygiene routine. This excessive self-cleaning could stem from their wild roots when cleanliness was crucial for preventing disease and infection. It also helps keep their coats well-oiled and insulated. Another part of their wild roots to keep their bodies in tip-top shape is scratching on everything in sight. To us, that new couch or upholstered chair is an investment in luxury seating. But to your cat, it's an all-you-can-claw scratch fest. It's just begging to be shredded. While highly annoying for pet owners, the urge to scratch surfaces is a deeply ingrained need for kitties. Not only does scratching help remove worn outer sheaths from their nails, but it allows them to claim their territory with visible marks and pheromones. Scratching also provides a full-body workout that stretches out the muscles along their backs. So while destructive, it's practically an obligatory ritual in the cat world. Only slightly less destructive is this next habit, making biscuits or kneading. If you've ever witnessed your cat in a trance-like state, using their front paws in a pushing motion on a soft surface, you've seen the adorable yet bizarre behavior known as making biscuits. While it may look like your cat is trying to knead some dough, this ritual actually stems from a very sweet place. When nursing as babies, kittens use that same paw kneading motion to stimulate their mother's milk production. As adults who don't need milk anymore, the behavior allows cats to show contentment by recreating that cozy nursing feeling. Unfortunately, it's also likely to put lots of tiny holes in your upholstery. Do any of these 13 secret cat behaviors sound painfully familiar? What's the weirdest thing you've caught your fur baby doing when they thought you weren't looking? Share your hilarious cat stories in the comments. And you should go enjoy this video next on the top ways you can tell if your cat really trusts you.